Hey, happy Thursday, class before the holidays. So I decided to make this class for you to prepare yourself to the holidays. Let's go. Oh, I'm over going on vacation. Can we, can we put the workout on hold? Or I don't want to do anything. And I'm like, that's not the point of it. So I just want to, talk to you guys about it's not about the holidays and show that the holidays doesn't need to be that scary. So I organized a few things for you guys like this. So the first thing I think I need to say is like there's I think it's like a joke but a bad joke. I think the first thing is one, the holidays, if you it's not the problem what do you do with the holidays, not December, not the holidays. The problem is when you do not between Christmas and New Year's, but like New Year's from all the way to the Christmas. And when you start understanding that, it's not about what you do that week. It's about the habits that you have and like how you're gonna handle the situation. I think it gets so much easier. But I know this, I know it's a hard time, and especially now it's not everybody's gonna be able to go to get together with family. We decided to stay here. We decided to do something low key and just literally enjoy and like take the day to relax. But I know it could be a little bit scary for a lot of people. So I put some little things together for you guys. So the first thing is I think right now we have to make a decision. What are we gonna do for the next 2 weeks? And when we make that decision, is one, you can continue your journey. It's a 20/80, right? It's a 20/80% that I preach. It's a 20/80% that we talk about. It doesn't need to be 100%. It's not going to last if it's 100%, but it's a 80/20. And you have that opportunity to choose or 80/20, or you just like, okay, put your legs up and don't do anything. Don't move and eat whatever you want. So that it's you have to make a choice because it's not about the excuse after, oh, but because of this or because of this or because I had too many parties or I have to make this. I think if you start thinking about it, we talked about this before, the real parties happens all year long. And I know this year especially was a little bit different about us getting stressed out because we're stuck home. But if you think about it, there are a few things that you can do. And I think the first thing that I want to tell you guys is if you decided to do a holiday party with the family, if you decided to do a holiday party together, it's one, you have two choices. I think the number one is eat, you have the choice to eat before you go to a party, right? You have the choice to eat a small meal before you go to the party. And by the time you get there, you can try the little things and you're like, okay, but I'm actually full. I'm okay. And the second one is if you decided to not eat at home and decide to actually eat in the party, do me a favor, go there, look the food first. I actually like this, I like that, I like that. Try a little bit of everything, but you don't need to keep that mindset. We have that mindset that if we go to party, if we don't eat everything, we actually gonna end up missing something. Have you thought about that? It's like, okay, if you go to an all you can eat buffet, and if you don't eat to feel like, "Oh, my belly's full, I'm dying," you feel that like it wasn't worth it. It didn't pay the money, right? Which is such a crazy thing. But if you think about it, and that's what we're just talking about, get a plate, choose what you're gonna eat. Oh, I want to try that. I want to try that. Get a plate and sit down. Remember, we talked about before. Sit down to eat. Actually, have the meal. And when we talk about this, and when we think about this is every time that we're standing up that we're snacking, sometimes we stop in snacking and we don't notice. And that's why sometimes you're like, oh, I don't know why I'm gaining weight. But if you think about it, sometimes when you eat standing, I'm not saying they're gonna put over that. Isadora is saying if you eat standing you're gonna gain weight. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is most of the times that you eat standing up, you don't notice how much you're eating. But I am when you are sitting down and you put the plate and you're sitting down, we talk about table manners before. When you're sitting down, you actually eating a meal, that's a completely different thing. So you have that choice to go to party and eat what you want, but make two small plates instead of doing keep binding size the whole night. Um, that is that I just don't want you feel that have that feeling of loss. Like I said, if you go to all you can eat place, that feeling of loss that you have to go to the party and you have to eat, you know? And if you think about it, Christmas is 2 days, right? Christmas is it's 2 days. It's 24th, 25th. And I celebrate 24th night. And 25th, we don't do anything. We just lay down, wake up late because you went to bed so late. But some people ask me this week and they're like, Isa, what do you have any fit recipes for Christmas? I'm like, no, no fit recipe for Christmas. Go eat the food that your family eats. Go eat the tradition food. The next day, the 26th, guess what you're gonna do? Go back to workout, go back to live your life, and go back to the normal life. There's no absolutely reason to you stop and you make a fit Christmas, like a healthier Christmas. No, I am going to eat the chocolate. I am going to eat the popcorn. I'm going to eat the hot chocolate. But the next day, I'm coming back to normal. See, that's the problem when we start doing this and we lose the control. And well, the 26th come, you don't move your body, you don't work out. The 27th come, you don't move your body, you don't work out. And then you keep eating and eating. And instead of the 80/20, you're doing the opposite on the holidays. But if you keep the 20%, if you keep that 20% that you're like, okay, this is what I'm going to do, you understand so much better. So you have to choose. And if you think about it, like the problem, like I said, it's not those 2 days. The problem is our habits and what we're gonna do throughout the next 2 weeks. We have 2 weeks coming up. Most of you guys are going on vacation or going to family's house, but it's what are you gonna do with this days that matter, right? So another thing that really bugs me over Christmas is a lot of people have the feeling they talk about and having the feeling about, hey, what I'm gonna do if I don't eat that, what I'm gonna do if I go to the party and I don't enjoy it. I don't want to miss the food. I don't want to miss this. There's so many different things. It's like if you start thinking about what is the true meaning of the holidays, what's the true meaning of Christmas? It's get the people together. And there's so many people that go to the party and the only thing they want to focus in this is in the food instead of actually the people around it. So get that beautiful glass of wine, get that beautiful cocktail, and just go talk to the family and just go spend time with that weird cousin that we all have, right? Instead of just saying focus on the food. I think the hardest thing is it's actually have stop that voice in our head that says, hey, you're gonna lose, like the self-sabotage voice that hey, you're gonna lose if you don't eat this, you're gonna lose if you don't do this. I think that's the biggest thing and biggest idea that I want to tell you guys is just it's the lifestyle. It's 80%. It's not because Christmas is here, it's not just because New Year's here that's gonna happen. Because if not, then we're gonna be Easter, then it's gonna be if we're in Brazil, it's gonna be Carnival, then it's gonna be all the things going on and all the big holidays. I know the cold makes us a little bit lazier. I know the snow days make a little bit lazier, but it's just 30 minutes, 35 minutes that you're taking out of entire day to move your body. And if you think about it, doesn't need to be a workout. It can be anything else. It can be when you decided, for example, to go on vacation. I don't expect any of you guys that go to vacation to spend like the whole day like working out or sign up for a gym and then work out on vacation. But I do expect yourself to move your body. It could be a 10-minute mobility work that you do. It could be like I have some of you guys that going on the beach. It could be go walk every day. Go take a long walk at the beach every day. And when we start thinking about this, it's like it's not that you're going to completely change. It's not because, and that's a hard thing I'm gonna say. It's not just because you go on vacation that you're gonna drop everything. I somebody told me that they were going on vacation so they get out of the routine. And I was like, so you make your routine. So instead of needing a vacation of your routine, why don't you start making your routine better? Why don't you start adapting the little things to start taking care of yourself and making yourself a priority? And when they got it, they understand that, it's so, so much easier when you start moving this. It's funny that I was listening a podcast. It wasn't a class. It was a podcast that this woman was talking about that one of her clients, when they go on vacation, they completely become a different person, and they're like, "Oh, I don't want to move. I don't want to eat anything healthy. I don't want to do this because I'm on vacation." It's who you are. What we're doing here, what we're building here, is your lifestyle. So we're building something based on your lifestyle. If you want to go, and I'm not saying that you go on vacation, you're not gonna eat anything. I'm saying go, experience everything, try the different things. Like for example, when I go home, I have this dessert that I really, really like it. And it's not because every place that I go, they have the same dessert. I have to eat the same dessert everywhere that I go, right? I eat once and I'm good. And I spend 2, 3 days and I eat it again. And 1, 2 days and I eat it again. It's not that I have to. The best thing of Brazil is it's breakfast. You go to breakfast and there's this huge hotel and like there's so much food, so much food. But I sit like I look on people sitting eating like a chocolate cake for breakfast. And I'm like, so it's just because you're on vacation, you have to eat like a hot chocolate cake for breakfast? This is not we are. This is not part of our habits. It's not part of your life. Why on vacation you would eat that? So do you see the point? The point is start not changing who you are, not changing who you're becoming. Adapt, go and eat the good things for the breakfast, eat the good things for that city, eat the good thing, but it doesn't mean that you need to. It's quantity. We talk about this so much. Quality over quantity. Quality over quantity. And eat the food that you want throughout the day. And it's just move. And like I have some of you guys that also go on skiing. You don't have to go to the gym if you spend the entire day skiing. You don't have to go but if you go to the gym to do a mobility work, to do a lighter work, so you can actually feel better, that's a different thing. That's amazing. But it's not because you're going to sit with the family, it's not that you're going to relax for 1, 2 days that everything is going to go away. So what I want you to focus on yourself, focus on getting that head in a good place, focus on taking care of yourself, focus on your family, spend time with them, and ask yourself all the time, be selective. Be selective. When you see that huge buffet table full of food, go there before and it's like, I want to try that, that, and that. No, I don't want to try that one. Or maybe I do just a little piece. If I like, I go back for that one. I seriously, my sister loved those like box of chocolate that you never know which one is what, and you just eat it and you're like, ooh, I don't like that one. She gets mad at me because I take a bite of one and I don't like it and I don't eat it. She was like, "No, you eat it." I was like, "Why are we something if I don't like it? Just because you told me to eat? No." So that's the point. The point is like experience the things and eat the things you like. It's not because you put in your plate that you. I'm talking about a party. I'm not talking about every day. We're not wasting food. But you know my point. But it's not because you put on the plate. Like people are not gonna be mad at you if you don't eat a lot. If you don't eat a full plate. And if that's your mother-in-law that normally makes us, or your grandma that makes her eat a lot, just talk to them. Talk to them, say, "Hey, I'll eat this. but not that one. Okay? Make the choices. Make the choices. Okay? So, another thing is, if you think about this, I want you have this year, you're here, you've been working so hard. And I want you to have a different posture of this holiday. I want you to start thinking about enjoying yourself and not feeling the guilt. Because I am so proud of you that you're here, and I'm so proud of you that you're taking that you could do anything else on the planet, but you decided to come here and listen to me. And the point is, I want to ask you, are you proud of everything that you've done so far this year? The end of the year comes, is that the time to start thinking about what we did this year? And if you're not, you still have time to change a little bit. You still have time to move. Some of you guys are doing an amazing job changing. And I'm so proud of you guys that did not wait until January 1st. I talked to some girls this week and they're like, "Oh, I'm going to wait until January." And I'm like, it's she never going to call, because it's not about waiting for January. It's about starting today. It's not waiting for Monday. It's starting today. Okay? It's not about wait until you have everything perfect. No, it's start what you have. Take baby steps. Some of you guys needs to take longer step than others, but take the baby steps, and just it's never going to be perfect, right? We know that. It's a roller coaster. But the the only way to screw this up is quitting. And I'm not going to let you quit. I absolutely not going to let you quit. And I want you to start thinking about this. What can you do for this next 2 weeks to be a little bit better? Okay. You don't have to have the goal. This is important. You have to choose now. You don't have to have the goal of losing weight in the next 2 weeks. You don't. But you can have the choice of maintaining your weight in the next 2 weeks. So you don't have to stick 100% with the plan. Nobody does. You have the 80-20. Take a 70-30 if you have to. But keep moving your body, keep shoveling snow, keep keeping your body moving. Because if you spend the next 2 weeks and you take off the next 2 weeks and you don't do anything, and you completely throw away your meal plan, you completely throw away your workout, I promise you, when you come back on the second or the third, it's gonna be so much harder. It's momentum. I don't want you to stop. I don't want you to take baby steps if you have to on vacation, if you have to the next 2 weeks, but don't stop. Because if you stop, it's going to be so much harder to come back and start from it again, from zero. So I want you to think about this. What can you do to make this better? I'm not talking about 24th, 25th, because Christmas is just 24th, 25th. I'm talking about starting today, not tomorrow, not Monday. Starting today, what can you do a little bit better? Can you follow your meal plan a little bit better? Can you make sure you're getting at least the 3, 4 days workouts that you're supposed to? Can you make sure you're getting the water that you're supposed to? Can you make sure you're getting the sleep that you're supposed to? I know with the babies it's hard, but what are the things that you can control so we can make this end of the year, we can finish the year so much stronger, so much better? And then January comes, instead of just promise yourself that you're gonna do this, you promise yourself that you're you're gonna get, you're gonna do all this. What can you do now to make sure by the end of the beginning of the next year, you're like, you know what? I got it. I did. I work hard, and it's momentum, and you just continue to work. So I'm like excited today. I don't know. It's my red sweater.